This is episode 101 today. I got a lot of things to talk about this week. The AFL get around, they've announced that for next year in Adelaide Oval. So we've got on the 10th of April, we've got Adelaide versus Geelong in Adelaide Oval, Collingwood versus Sydney. We've got North Melbourne and Gold Coast Suns. Eagles are playing Carlton over there at Adelaide Oval. Bulldogs and Brisbane Lions. Melbourne and Bombers in Adelaide on Saturday. Sunday we've got Richmond and Eagles. Richmond and Freo at Bass Ray Park. It's a new oval. Norway Oval, we've got St Kilda and Giants. Then in Adelaide Oval, we've got Port versus Hawthorn. And then in the NBL, we've got Bullets losing by Melbourne United. And then Wildcats to win over Tasmanian Jack Jumpers. We got the redemption on that one. Sadly, Jesse Wagstaff wasn't playing that game. Sydney, they won over South Melbourne Phoenix. Then Tassie won, bounced back over on Friday. Lost, so they won against New Zealand. Melbourne won over Wildcats. I know that was going to happen. South Melbourne Phoenix, they won over Cairns Taipans. And then Adelaide won over the Hawks on that one. So that one's all done for round 8. So round 9 is starting this Friday night, double headers. For the AFLW, we've got so these are the results. So we've got Adelaide Crows Girls AFLW versus Fremont Dockers for a place for a prelim against Brisbane Lions, and then Port Adelaide versus Hawthorn. That'll be hopefully that might be a away game for them as well. Both of them will be played on Saturday. The winner will play North Melbourne for place for the grand final. Hopefully best luck for both clubs as well. And there's a new Jimmy Barnes book out already. He's just releasing your book out. Fixtures will be out for rounds 1 and 24 tomorrow morning. Keep your phones up because there's some good games next year. There's going to be a lot of more Thursday night games. I'm reading articles about it. So results for week 1 was North Melbourne beating Adelaide by 7. Then Saturday, Freo won over Essendon by 10. That was incredible. That was a sloppy first quarter of game. I was there at the game. First half was sloppy. Second half was alright. Third was brilliantly. And last quarter was most outstanding game we've ever played. That was the first time we've ever played against the Bombers for a long time at Fremantle Oval. And sadly, this might be the last year at Fremantle Oval to see our Freo girls this year at Fremantle Oval, because part of it's going to be demolished end of this year. The Glory Head little thing is going to be moved from Fremantle to Mirrabooka as well. They're not doing good this year, so let's not talk about them. I think we had at least 3,000 or 4,000 at the Freo Essendon game. Then Sunday we've had Hawthorn to lose over Brisbane Lions by 6. And then Port win by 24 against Richmond. That sent Richmond to season end because they didn't have Sarah Hosking. She was out for the season with a leg injury, so that's that. The semi-finals, we've got Adelaide versus Fremantle. Fremantle girls are not favourites at the moment. Adelaide are, because it's in Adelaide Oval. And then in Melbourne, Auckland Park, Saturday night, Port versus Hawthorn. Can Port go all the way this year for the girls for the first time this year? And then whatever it is, it'll be next week for the prelims. As well, then we've got cricket for the girls, WBBL. Our Scorchers girls won yesterday against the Thunder. Watched the replay of it yesterday. It was pretty scrappy. I don't know how we got the win. Let's not talk about the ODI test match here on the 10th. That was a scrappy one as well. So we've got the Scorchers win by 74 runs yesterday. There's not many games left on the road, and we got one game left at home. Next 2 weeks, and then finals, hopefully. So today we've got Hobart versus Adelaide Strikers in the girls in Nigeria Stadium. And then we've got tomorrow we've got the Sydney Sixers versus the Brisbane Heat in North Sydney Oval. That'll be a good one. And then after that, while that's going on, is Australia versus Pakistan in the Gather. Then we don't have much cricket at the moment. So and then we've got the Sydney Thunder away as well this Friday. Then and all that. So there's a couple of games left to go on this season. We're second on the ladder for the Scorchers girls. So we're second on the ladder for 4 wins and 2 losses. Sydney Thunder 4 and 2. Melbourne Renegades at 4 and 3. Hobart Hurricanes at 3 and 3. Brisbane Heat are now 3 and 3. They're 5th. And a few other teams, the Adelaide Strikers, the reigning premiers, they're bottom of the ladder with 1 and 5. They can't make finals at the moment. As well. So there's not much going on at the moment. So that's all I got to tell you all about this week coming as well. Tomorrow we've got the AFL men's fixtures coming out tomorrow. There's already a couple of fixtures already been out for a couple of rounds. Freo gets 2 Thursday night games next year. 1 against Collingwood and 1 against Essendon on a Thursday night prime time. Next year we'll see the rest of it tomorrow. We'll see how the teams go out with fixtures. North Melbourne gets 2 home games here until 2026 or 27, I think, as well, because of the new Tassie team coming in 2017. The Tassie girls team will come in 2 years' time as well, so we'll see a Tassie girls team for the men as well. You've probably seen that Dustin Martin has announced that he's going to be commentating for the AFL Fox Footy as well next year, so you'll see a lot of him on Fox Footy as well. So so all that is pretty much done. I went to Claremont to the trots, not really trots, really, to see some of the horses. I used to do that in Parmelia long time ago. I want to get back to doing some work experience with the horses, get to help out the horses as well. And then hopefully beginning of next year I'll be doing work experience with a radio station, 92.1 in Mount Lawley. Hopefully 5 days a week, hopefully if I can do that. So that's going to be done next year. And it's going to be good for my interviews next year. So I can get some big names on my podcast next year. And hopefully I can get some merchandise done next year and sell some merch for next year. So if you've got any ideas what I should do for next year, leave a comment underneath. I just want to know if I can improve my my podcast next year, and who should I get for next year, right? Or tag people in who should be on my podcast next year, and then I can message them or email them and all that. So we'll go from there. And if I don't do a podcast tomorrow, then enjoy the rest of your week and your weekend, and I will see you all next week. Enjoy your day. Thank you, guys.